Hello, Simsaroni here, and welcome back to another speed build. For this one, I was actually hoping on doing a old home with an extension, but it's going like into a more modern kind of renovated feel. And I got to the extension part, and that's about as far as I got. It ended up staying a very traditional old person's home. Um, I guess the idea was that it was a house that had been inherited and was getting redecorated, or it was just simply some like an older couple who, they've been living in this house for a while and they've decided let's do things up a bit. I was going to give them a more, like, it wouldn't have been like a super modern build like ever anyway, but I was going to give them like a more modern style kitchen, like they have the little nice sunroom on the back. That was an extension that they got added on like 5-10 years ago, and they were getting around to doing something nice with it. Like they were going to have like a nice renovated bathroom suite, like a nice bedroom. Like they were getting there. Like that was my idea with this going into it. It was like they were in the process of redecorating and making it all nice and different, because they were like, it's time for a change. We've lived with this same furniture for like 50 years. We need to change it up a bit, and it never got there. So this is pre-renovation. Yeah, it just basically turned into like a grandparent's house. Like I really like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh, it's bad, it's all old people-y, but it's like, it's cute. It's just, I don't want to be leading you on. This isn't a fancy modern build by any stretch of the imagination. It is very much, originally I was like, I'm going to build a beach house, which is why it's on this lot, which is why the little sunroom. I can't really call it a conservatory, because to me a conservatory has like a glass ceiling, but I don't know, I think that's just me. But that's why it's got a little sunroom on the back and the little balcony above it, because like it was like a beach house type thing, and it just turned into like an old English cottage with a sunroom. Like that's what it turned into. I had some problems trying to sort out the fireplace area. I wanted I didn't want it to just be like a rectangle of flooring around the fireplace, but when I did it with the angles, it stuck out too far. I didn't like it, and I was getting very frustrated with it, so it just turned out to be a rectangle. We have, well, like, the idea with this is that it used to be a old, like very old house, and it has been renovated at some point. Like there was originally a fireplace like two fireplaces downstairs. Now there's only one, but there is another one upstairs in the bedroom where the original fireplace was downstairs. They've just took out the original one, but the one upstairs in the bedroom remains. Things like that, like it's still got like the old brick walls inside. It's got like white walls downstairs. Like it would have been, but like pros would have had some beams here and there, but this is just what it is. And then I just started really going for like old, almost Tudor vibes, but still grandparent. I don't know. I feel like, get a lot of grandparent builds, and this is it was fun. Like I genuinely love doing this. Like I've said before, I much prefer doing traditional builds anyway over modern ones. I have fun doing modern ones, but I don't really know what I'm doing with modern ones. So we have this nice, lovely traditional build, and the kitchen. Oh, the kitchen. That was going to be like, it's going to be like a nice kitchen. Like they've got some decent countertops and stuff like that. And then I seen some cabinets, and I was like, these are my nana's cabinets. Like these are the actual cabinets that my nana has in her kitchen. So they got changed to make it even more old people-y, because apparently I needed that. Apparently I needed that in my life. I needed it to be more old person-y. Oh, you want to place some plants in the sitting room? I place one down in the corner, like the tall boy there, and he disappears like twice. Like I have to keep replacing him. Then I just give up, so he doesn't exist anymore. He has left us, and it's fine. We don't want him anymore. He has rejected us. He can just leave. But we have the other plants there. The sitting room is very much like, this is where we sit and we talk and we drink tea. the TV's there, but it's not often on, and if it is, it's not really paid attention to. Like they might be watching, like, I don't know, like The Chase or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or maybe they're like watching the lotto numbers getting drawn. Yeah. Oh, a Deal or No Deal, that's the one. Or yeah, yeah. That's what's on that TV. That's why it's a very old little TV. Like I said, it's very much an old peoply house. And yeah, then I was in the kitchen decorating it, wanting to put a nice big bin in. Because, like my nana has a big bin in my kitchen. So I was like, like, makes sense. You don't be taking the bin out all the time, do you? When like you're struggling to walk up and downstairs, not in an offensive way. In like I don't mean that like a ha 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 old people hurt. Like I hurt. I basically have arthritis already, and I'm in my 20s. It's fine. I just mean in a practicality way. Like you wouldn't, would you? Like if like where I live in a flat, and we don't have like a bin outside. We have to go to like a little room with dumpsters in, and like that's a pain. Like having to take your rubbish out all the way that far. Like, so practicality, get a big bin. That's what I did, because then you don't have to be like, oh, this bin's full after half a day. Have to go and take it out 3 times a day. I don't know. Ranting on about bins. So yeah, I want to get a nice big bin, but it didn't fit. Put a smaller one there. It ended up looking nicer anyway. Did the dining room space, which has a nice big rug, because like they've still got like old floorboards downstairs, slightly rejuvenated floorboards, but like I felt like it kept with the older cottage feels. Upstairs we have carpets though, because I was like, that's a thing, like that is a thing, like you get carpets in your bedrooms and stuff, added warmth and things, especially in your English houses, because we lack warmth. But yeah, then I was just on the bedroom, and has a nice fireplace. That brick wall's still there where the fireplace is, and it's an old peoply mess. And then I decided where I had, because it's carpet, you can't have fireplace on carpet. So I put some bricks underneath it, and then I put a little fence around it. To keep, like it not dirty, like what I mean, like so the dirt and stuff doesn't get out everywhere, because it's like a proper fireplace, so you're gonna get like soot and stuff. Yeah, and then the roof decided to poke through the wall, so I had to change the roofs. It doesn't look that great from the side on the outside now, because basically what I had to do to make it look half decent was to shrink the trims down, and it doesn't look that great when you look at it from outside on the side, but on the front it still looks like okay, I hope. I'm not that happy with it. I wish it was better, but it's not. Like, it just had to be done to stop them from glitching through. Yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place on this build. So I finished the master bedroom, and then I go downstairs to do the entryway, and I had a lot of fun with the entryway. It basically turned into a small sitting area, like you've got like your little shoe rack and things, because take your shoes off when you come in. Like my nana's like that. Like I feel like most people's are. Like I feel like my other grandparents, like on my other half of the family, they've never told me to take my shoes off, but I feel like it's always expected of me. Like I feel like my mum's told me to take my shoes off before when I went there, because it's like her parents. So yeah, this is a shoe rack, because take your shoes off, they're dirty. No, I don't want you treading all that through my house. Yeah, and then we've got like a couple of places to put your coat. We have a small sitting area with the shoe rack underneath a table, and magazines underneath there, because sometimes the granddad just comes home and sits down and reads a magazine at the front door. I don't know, but that's what happens. And then I just decorate it with a couple of rugs, some plants, and then I go back upstairs and do the bedroom, which has 2 doors. Bathroom, which has 2 doors to it. It has the one from the landing and one from the master bedroom, and it's quite a decent sized bathroom. Like it's very minimally decorated, and the flooring I used for it, I've seen it, and I was like, yes, I've been in a couple of grandparents' houses, and this to me is very, like, I don't know, don't want to offend anyone if this is what's in your bathroom, but to me this is very old people-y, And yeah, it's very basically decorated. You know, cause like, what do you put in a bathroom, really? Like, especially a more traditional one, like in a more modern one, you would have like all of your like fancy towel racks and stuff. But this, I'm just like, have a mirror, have a toilet paper roll holder thing. And then I was just on into the spare bedroom, which this bedroom is the grandchild bedroom who has been staying here since they were a toddler, then as a child, and now as a teenager. But they still have all of the toys and things like that from when they were a child, because, you know, like, it's their things and it's in a different room, so the grandparents never bother with it, so it's just there. And they don't like chucking things out. They're like, well, we'll bought you it, you can get yourself it. And they're like, I'm 17, I'm not going to play with my giant teddy bear thing. And I'm like, liar, I would. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go and sit in my room and hug this and watch my tiny little TV through some binoculars. Yeah, okay. Because, you know, they have like a tiny old TV and it's great and wonderful. And then I'd just go out and decorate the lantern a bit. And I don't know why, but I had such a hard time just trying to decorate that little display shelf cabinet thing. I was like, I really like some of these things, but how do I make them work? There's some pens and pencils out there, because, you know, it's just things that they've seen, like, found lying around, and they're like, oh, they can just go and live in a pot because they're not having them just down the side of settees and things. You know, we have the little balcony space, which is very bare, because I feel like, you know, like, if it was a more family home, I would have put, like, a barbecue out here, but I feel like the grandparents aren't going to have a barbecue out there, so we have a couple of plants, two small sitting areas, one to the bench, one a table and chairs, and then it's time to go into the little sunroom, which I basically make like a little plant room. They have some inside plants. They have a small sitting area to just sit and watch the views, because, you know, they do have some nice views of the ocean from this house. And then it's just a case of we're just going to sit here and enjoy our lives and drink tea, more tea, because, you know, always got to have a cup of tea, especially at your grandparents' house. Always got to have a cup of tea. First thing you do when you walk in is you are offered a cup of tea. So yeah, that's just, yeah, that's what grandparents do. Didn't you know this? They just sit and drink tea all day, even if they're not British. Yep, all grandparents just sit and drink tea all day. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little fun, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the word to describe this build. Traditional. It is a traditional build. But I'm pretty much done now. I'm just doing some roof details, because when I was walking about the town recently, I seen these lovely roof details on a house. So it had like two chimneys coming out the house. In between, I had like the little, I don't even know what they're called, the little decorations on the top. So I was like, I want to mimic that. So that's what I did there, and then I was just putting some plant life. I've never played with ivy before, so I hope it looks okay. But yeah, let me know what your favourite room of this place is, and if it's reminiscent of any grandparents' house you've ever been in. And I hope your elderly Sims all enjoy this. It will be up on the gallery under the username Simceroni, as it is here on YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Pretty sure I've done like 3 times already. Bye! Oh yeah, if anyone wants to actually renovate this house and make it more modern like my original idea was, feel free to and let me know if you have. Thanks everyone!